Before we start, I would want you to hit that red subscribe button so you never miss out on any of our videos. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Screen Time. Here are the 8 movies that could potentially be all-time classics. Number 8, Bad Boys for Life, January 17th. The stylish and nutty first Bad Boys put a young commercial director named Michael Bay on the map and gave Will Smith and Martin Lawrence their first big hit. While the unhinged, ridiculously indulgent second entry, made after they had all become household names, gave us one of the craziest car chases ever put on film, the third one is being directed by a Belgian duo of Adel El Arbi and Bilal Fallah, and seems thoroughly unnecessary, but we'll be happy if it captures even some of the lunacy of the previous films.
The wave of joy. You wrap that shit up, man.
Hey, my man, we need to change seats.
Yep.
Number 7, The Photograph, February 14th. The most slept-on director of low-key dramedies is Stella Mickey, who made her debut with Gina the Joneses. And after a dip into the studio world for YA adaptation Everything made the charming Sashir Zamata lead farce The Weekend. Now she's set to level up with a romantic comedy starring Issa Rae, who will also be seen alongside Kumail Nanjiani and Michael Showalter's The Lovebirds in April, and Lake at Stanfield that's slated for a Valentine's Day release, and we're here for it.
Are you being sarcastic? He's got some follow-up question.
Number 6, Spencer Confidential. Director Peter Berg's collaborations with Mark Wahlberg have been somewhat uneven. Deepwater Horizon was great, Patriots Day was not, while Lone Survivor was just, well, let's not start that old debate up again. But the director-star duo are kind of ideal for a revival of author Robert B. Barker's iconic tough guy detective Spencer, whom an entire generation probably remembers from the 1980s TV series starring Robert Urich. This film will reportedly be based on one of the later novels by crime writer Ace Atkins. It's a Netflix release, and if it succeeds, we can imagine a whole series of Spencer films on the streamer, which wouldn't be a bad use of Wahlberg's or Berg's talents.
I want to see you again.
Number 5, Never, Rarely, Sometimes, Always, March 13th. Eliza Hittman's first 2 films, It Felt Like Love and Beach Rats, were dreamy Brooklyn-based coming-of-age dramas awash in complicated young desire. Her third, Never, Rarely, Sometimes, Always, sounds like an exploration of what happens when unintended outcomes of that desire come up against increasingly restrictive state policies. Forcing its teenage main character to travel with her cousin from rural Pennsylvania, where they both live, to New York City, in search of abortion. Hittman's got an eye for directing young actors, so expect Sidney Flanigan and Talia Ryder, both in their first feature roles, to be breakout names.
You ready?
Number 4, Promising Young Woman, April 17th. Actor, writer, and director Emerald Fennell was everywhere in 2019, playing Camilla Shin on Season 3 of The Crown and taking over for Phoebe Waller-Bridge with mixed results as the showrunner and writer of Killing Eve Season 2. 2020 sees her making her filmmaking debut with this incendiary thriller starring Carey Mulligan as a woman with dark secrets who appears to make a habit out of trolling for men looking to take advantage of the hopelessly drunk and vulnerable. It's set to make its premiere at Sundance, where its premise and pedigree are sure to guarantee a lot of attention.
And it so happens that it has a kind of female lead who is struggling with something that happened in her past, but I do think it's...
Number 3, Black Widow, May 1st. A Black Widow solo movie has been so long in coming that it arrives after the character was killed off in Avengers Endgame. That's unlikely to get in the way of the Marvel machine, which has jumped back in time to tell a story about the former KGB assassin played by Scarlett Johansson. We guess it will be interesting to see what happens when the character is finally given the spotlight, but what's actually intriguing about this movie are the presences of Australian director Kate Shortland of Somersault Lore and Berlin Syndrome, and everyone's new fave Florence Pugh as fellow Red Room trainee Yelena Belova. Number 2, I'm Thinking of Ending Things, Fall TBD. Besides being one of our most inventive and enigmatic screenwriters, Charlie Kaufman is also batting like 1,000 when it comes to directing. His first feature behind the camera was the epical synecdoche, New York, and the second was the marvelously melancholy animated film Anomalisa, which he co-directed with Duke Johnson. Also, this stars Jesse Plemons, and the idea of Charlie Kaufman and Jesse Plemons working together is just too beautiful to resist.
Hey! You?
Hey! Oh my...
Number 1, The Many Saints of Newark, September 25th. After bringing The Sopranos to one of the great fuck you endings of all time, David Chase winds the clock back on the New Jersey clan to tell the story of Dickie Moltisanti, Johnny Boy Soprano, and Livia, with James Gandolfini's teenage son Michael playing the young Tony. Prequels really tend to be worth the while, but Chase might be less prone to fan service than any other writer in the industry, and if he feels that he has another story to tell and has regular collaborator Alan Taylor on board to direct, we can accept that.
Tony Soprano's childhood in Jersey throughout the 60s, a formative time period that was shown via flashbacks during the run of the hit series.
You disobeyed your old man, and I ought to give it a belt.
A key part.
This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.